yeah, it makes bookends with the very first lines that we saw 6.5 hours ago. Captain Duck. GG, thank you. Yeah. Thank you, Valcrest. Thank everybody. Landbopper. Thank you all for the GGs. Yeah, Lemur. Rainier. Heponawa. Captain Duck, thank you all so much. Thank you for coming out to watch me, to support this marathon, support this cause. But yeah, that was Legends of Mana HD Remaster, all events standard, which means encounters on. Played on the Switch. It's multi-platform. There's no real... We haven't found any real advantage to any specific platform. So, as you know, we just play on whatever. So yeah, that is the game, as it were. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Yeah, this, like I said, I got into this because of like RPG Chick running it. I got into Jumi %, but back when it was still on PSX, this was the longest category, and I wanted to show off the game most, right? And so this is kind of where I ended up in terms of running, and I ended up contributing a lot because I liked forging as well, because I was big on forging in the long ago. So yeah, this is a place where I managed to, contribute some to the community and show off what I think is a, an odd game, difficult to get into sometimes, but a lot of really strong elements to it. And now in the internet age. Thank you, Lemur. That means a lot coming from you. But yeah, sometimes it's hard for me to want to run it without rerouting it every time. But I've done a lot of routing for this, and a lot of routing for categories in general, and for this in particular. Yep. And yeah, oh, sorry.
No, it's okay. Keep going.
Okay, so I was saying, like Kimura was saying, would push the category multiple minutes. Yeah, like you can't save a lot in a lot of places, right? Like, but you can save. The trick where Tropicalo falls in one hit was because of my work on tempering, right? Like, my friend is the one who was playing casually and found the Isha Platinum things. Like, so it so happens that we got lucky, and I was right. Like, I was there to receive the luck. Because we would never have seen that as speedrunners. We'd never have a full plate, right? Like, so like only a casual thing. So yeah, but yeah, no, I've done a lot for this category. I've raised the power of the weapons we've used significantly. I've helped people with plat %. But yeah, no, like this is definitely one of my big loves, and it's the first speedrun game I really truly committed to. This ending song, as well as the beginning song, they're the same song. They are in Swedish. Surprise. It's not a made-up language. It's not Japanese. It's actually in Swedish. Weird. But yeah, this is it. And thank you. Yeah, I don't know what you're gonna say, Zell, but go ahead.
Thank you so much. We'll be moving on, and thank you very much for showing that off.
WarioWare did it together.
Yeah.
Next. Yep, by Firesplitter. So, again, thank you all. Continue supporting the cause. There's so many good runs that, as Zella said before, we're like really, really longathon, and this channel get to show off runs that, just don't necessarily find a home all the time. And it's great to see. Right? Like, we've got a Final Fantasy VIII coming overnight after the WarioWare. So.
Okay, everyone, thank you so much for being here so far. It is a pleasure to be able to put this on for everyone. Even with things being a little weird for me in the next few weeks, months kind of thing. But thank you guys so much. Trying to think. But yeah, keep donating. You only have about an hour and a half, maybe a little bit more, maybe less, for donating to the Final Fantasy VIII donation incentive. Our timer is still broken. I guess Rod never had time to look into fits in it. It's not a huge deal. It is mildly annoying for later when for our YouTube person. But hopefully we'll get that back. Let me see if there's any donations that I can read. We got $10 from Anonymous, and then another $10 from Anonymous saying love Legends of Mana and I'm really enjoying the event. Good luck on the run. And then a $20 donation from Ralto Deathless saying good luck Mecha. This game has one of the best staying OSTs in video games. Love, love, love it. Thank you guys so much. Again, you know, these are all going directly to the ACLU, so they can, you know, fight for women's rights to choose while in, you know, while it's possibly being attacked. So hopefully we can raise a lot for that. It is 4 hours 20 minutes because it is the cutscene removal mod. So that's why that Final Fantasy VIII run is so short. It'll be no cutscenes. We're just waiting on our next runner, Firesplitter, to get set up. Okay, and with that, we are over $1,000. Just as I am done talking, thank you very much for the $50 Survivor, and that does put us now over $1,000. So do appreciate that. So I'm unmuted now. Hello everyone, this is Zell. We are going to begin started with WarioWare Get It Together by Firesplitter, and they're good to see you from here.
Yeah, hello everyone, it's Firesplitter here, and today we're gonna run WarioWare Get It Together, and the category is gonna be Unlock All Characters. So in Unlock All Characters we have to play from a fresh save file and unlock all characters. That means we are going to watch all cutscenes in the game. So all cutscenes in this game are gonna be unskippable, including this one actually. Normally this cutscene is skippable, but it actually isn't because this is the first time we are playing on the save file. And I have to do that. So here we go, we're going into the story now. I'm gonna excuse myself before now, but my voice is gonna be a little rough because I just woke up and it's like 6 in the morning over here, so my voice is not gonna be the very best for the first half an hour of the run as I wake up and get myself ready. But yeah, we can start right now off the bat. Get a little countdown and then we're gonna start here with the intro games. 3, 2, 1, start!
Let me at 'em. Huh? Wario.
So we're now gonna go to the first part of the run, which is gonna be the intro game part. First of all though, we are gonna have to do a little tutorial. Each of the characters are gonna have this little tutorial where we learn how the characters are working. Wario, as you can see, is like dashing forward and fly. Works a little bit like he does in his own games, he's only a little bit more powerful, but as he's the one who makes this game, why not make himself a little bit more powerful than he normally is, you know? If I made a game with myself as the main character, I would obviously make myself a little bit better than I am. Than I actually am. So we're gonna start now here with the games. So the micro games in this game are working. They're mostly gonna feel a little bit auto-scrolly, but there are some where we can actually save or lose some time due to the fact that there are long and shorter fuses. Of course, with longer fuses we can actually save time because there are free frame rules of those where we can leave. One in the middle, 1 2/4 through, and 1 at the end. We obviously always want to hit the first frame rule, but sometimes that's actually not possible. As in the micro game we just saw. People have been trying to hit the first frame rule on that one with Wario forever because it is actually a mandatory course. That's always gonna happen with Wario there.
Indeed.
And if we could like find a way to get the first frame rule for that, it would save like
18 volt.
I think about 3 seconds it could save. Or at least like 2 seconds-ish.
All right. On it.
This one is a fourth long micro game. What I mean with that is that it's a long fuse one, but that we can't actually finish early. There are a couple of those in this game, so those are the things we are really not wanting to see in the run. But we can see them, quite a few of them, most likely.
Get him!
Nailed it.
So now we're gonna see here a little thing we get to soon. I didn't spawn on the next one. It's the next one. So right now we're just gonna do nothing. We're gonna lose the next market game on purpose. The reason for that is because if we get the first frame, we'll guaranteed if we fail it. Otherwise we can actually fail with completing it and then we don't get the first frame rule. Okay, here we go. Gotta do the first boss course here.
Defeat.
First boss course is kinda... It's kinda rough. It's not the hardest one, but it's like pretty bad. There's a lot of RNG going on here with this boss pattern. Ooh. We died on the boss fight there. What happened there was that we managed to dash into the wall instead of not dashing into the wall or dashing into the enemy. It does happen sometimes.
Defeat.
We're a little bit too close to the wall when we went for the dash. Like the enemies here are like always located in different points, so it's kind of rough at times to know exactly what to do. I think we actually touched that stone there. I think that's what happened. Those stones are here to be protection for what are they called? For a starting character we get to later. They are here to make the courses possible for a starting character, but they are pretty annoying when we are playing as other characters. And you do not think that they are there, because like it doesn't make sense if you don't know that that character exists, but they are there. It's like very common to like forget they exist and that they are actually going to make us scratch and go up into the boss. That was a little embarrassing. That has probably never happened before.
Okay.
Yeah, it's probably happened to someone before, but not me. I blame it on it being morning.
Let's go.
Hello. Mona.
So now we're gonna play as Mona. Mona has a very interesting mechanic. It's always moving forward. So if you want to be still with her, we have to either shoot her boomerangs, we move that instead of her, or go around a little circle.
All right.
She is probably one of the characters I like the most to play as, because she's pretty fun, and her gimmick is fun. He's the only character who falls to category I call gimmick characters, who is actually pretty good. There are like three kinds of characters I see it in this game. It's characters who can fly, characters who can't fly, and gimmick characters. Gimmick characters are characters who have like some weird stuff going on with how they move, and I think Mona falls a little bit into that. She's not as bad as some. She's like somewhere between a character who can fly and a gimmick character. Gimmick characters are characters like 18 Voltiosaur who can't move at all and has to stand still and shoot. And flying characters are characters like Wario, and non-flying characters are characters like Young Cricket. Generally speaking, flying characters are the best characters.
Hide.
By far. Non-flying characters are like, not that good, mostly, and gimmick characters are horrible.
Peel.
Most of the time. Mona is like an exception to that, I think. I think he's like a honorary honorary flying character. Even, like, he's flying, but the gimmick character, like, can be flyers. We gotta see one more such character later. Gimmick character basically characters where we don't have, like, absolute control over them.
Ring.
Alright. I'm ready.
Match.
Nice.
Beautiful, beautiful. That was another frame rule course.
Why not? Keep up.
So here there is one thing we don't wanna see, and that's teeth.
Take that.
There is a course here with teeth that's like a force long one. It doesn't look like it should be, but it actually is.
Looking good.
Alright.
Rinse.
And force long ones loses like 4 seconds to get, so we don't really want that to happen.
Rock.
That was the fast baby one.
Yes. More.
Here's the teeth one. The baby one is hard to perform. Because it's very, very precise what you need to do to get the first frame rule on that one. So that's good I succeed with that. It's less good I actually got the teeth, because teeth is horrible. You can't finish that one early, that's a forced third frame rule.
It's me.
Knockdown.
I am not sure how that works, like why it is like that, but it just is. And now we gotta go to the next boss course. This boss course is a little bit easier than the first one.
Show. Challenge accepted.
It's not super easy, but it's a little bit easier. Then we have the worst pattern.
Complete package.
So the goal here is basically to match all of these. And they are random, they are different each time. I don't think they're fully random, there is a little bit of pattern to them.
With style. And that's how it's done.
There are different patterns in how they can be located. So you can't, for example, have four of a kind. You can't have that, for example. And you can't have several ones that are one of each. You have to always have one that's one of each. There are some rules to how they are working that are good to learn to be able to like quickly figure out what to do. So now we gotta go to this course, the fantasy course. Should mention right now that each of the levels are gonna have to have different themes.
Oh.
Except for certain ones. The first one, for example, had no real theme. It was just beginner-friendly games.
Wario. Dribble.
But yeah, last one had theme everyday stuff. And this one has the theme fantasy stuff. So here we're gonna come to the second hardest boss fight in the entire game. And probably the hardest one to do perfectly. But we can't fail, we can't die on this boss course, which is why I consider it the second hardest instead of the hardest one.
Alright. Let's go.
The hardest one was not the first one, by the way. This one is way worse to do perfectly.
Come on, hop aboard. We'll show you the stars.
Did I chill out in the taxi car?
Wario time.
This course has a lot of course we want to do some purpose, by the way, so we are gonna try to use a lot of purpose here.
Easy peasy. Okay.
Defeat.
Because we will save frame rules for some stuff to lose, I will mention when it happens.
I'm ready.
Spin it.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Close.
I win.
Here's one we won't lose on purpose.
Sort.
We still didn't get the first frame move there.
I failed. You bet.
So we also want to lose on purpose.
How many?
Beautiful.
Not good.
Smooch.
Not bad. Why not?
The night of her final life, it shouldn't be a problem. I hope it won't be, at least.
All right. I'm ready.
But yeah, there are a lot of courses this one we want to lose on purpose, because otherwise we are gonna have to watch it through the end, actually.
Okay.
Trap.
That's it.
And that we don't want, because that loses time.
Launch.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Beat 'em. You bet.
Stick together.
Beautiful.
That's nothing.
Catch 3.
So here comes the rough boss course. This boss course is really, really difficult. What we gotta do here is we're gonna try to save a little Kappa here from a tentacle monster, and then we're gonna try to free them to this place. We got it. We got it. No! No, 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 no. Oh, okay, we got it.
Booyah. What'd you expect? We did good.
We got it. Sorry, by the way, I'm gonna have to... I had to move there, I had to put down my console on the floor. Because it was standing in a way where it was blocked by stuff which caused slight disconnections with my Joy-Con. And we can't have that. So I had to basically move the console a little bit so it wouldn't cause problems with the connection with the Joy-Con. But we did it! We did it! It wasn't perfect, we didn't get it perfectly, but yeah. You said it was what we were supposed to do. We're supposed to juggle up the key and the cap at the same time. You don't have to do it at the same time, but this is a speedrun, so we are obviously doing it faster. That can be done like 4 or 5 seconds faster than we actually did it. By not having the kappa want to go down, like going down afterwards. That's like one of the harder tricks in this I think it's the hardest individual trick actually in the run to do. But there is a boss course I consider harder. But yeah, I know there was like some extra delay because my console was standing in a weird way. And we can't have that in, not the next course, but the course after this one, because that can cause enough delay where we are gonna fail stuff.
They work. Precisely. Not again.
So we can start right now. And this course has... This is sadly the first course I'm saying, like usually, is a heavy RNG split.
For science.
Because this is a heavy RNG split. There are a lot of courses that are forced long or forced medium long.
Perfection. All right.
We really don't want to see those. If we have good luck here, we can save a lot of time.
Great. Why not?
Steer clear.
Beautiful. I think we dodged the first one. No, we didn't. Okay, we did. But this is a forced lose one. We have to lose this one on purpose. Otherwise, can fall another one which you have to take care of, and that loses time.
Attract.
It's me.
Flip.
Beautiful. Being pretty lucky so far.
Piece of cake. I'm honored.
Whether my luck is over.
Hide.
This one is actually possible with one character to get first frame rule on.
Feels nothing. I'm ready.
Transport.
It's not a character we pick here.
Of course.
Observe.
There's a 4-second one as well.
Feels nothing. On it.
Find
Beautiful,
signal.
beautiful.
Nice.
So next set here, there are one micro game that's like 4-second and one that's 4th third.
Dodge.
So we don't want to see the 4th third one.
I win.
This 4th third one.
Watch out.
We can do this because it looks cooler to just stand here on this one, honestly.
Good. Wow.
Okay, we were pretty lucky actually. We weren't super lucky, but we were pretty lucky. So, from going for the hardest boss course in the game, we gotta go to the easiest one. This is probably the easiest boss course in the entire game. I'm including the one where we basically just gonna do nothing. That's gonna come up a little bit later.
Assemble.
And whoop, whoop. And whoop, whoop. And we're gonna make the famous phone sushi. I bet you've never seen those before, but they taste really good.
Successful experiment.
And they make your belly sound for days afterwards. I do not recommend to eat one of those before a meeting though, because you'll be annoying people.
Time to do these.
As the phone in your belly rings and you can't turn it off because, you know, it's in your belly. But yeah, here comes the best thing. Here comes like everyone's favorite part to run. Except for mine as the runners.
Yikes.
But for the chat, this is probably one of the highlights of the run.
9-volt.
And that is 9-volt course, which is, as you probably guessed, it's gonna be based on Nintendo games. This is a really bad thing for me as a runner because this is probably the worst character in the game. No, this is the worst character in the game. We have to time perfectly to do the thing there. That was a little bit messy. It was even messier than normal. So 9-volt has to move back and forward. That's like the 9-volt is like the definition of what I call a gimmick character. Every single course, like pretty much every single course are 9-volt proof I call it. Basically, those little blocks I talked about earlier in the run, when I accidentally crashed to one and died to the first boss, those are there to make them possible to run with 9-volt, as every course is made to be possible to beat with every single character. So every course is 9-volt proof.
So sweet. Quiet. She's coming.
Okay, here we go.
Press play.
This is another forced long one. This has some force long ones, not many, but a couple.
Aced it. Why not? Climb.
There we go, beautiful first frame rule.
Easy peasy. On it.
Hit it.
So yeah, as I said, it's like probably most people's favorite part of the run, as they get to see like all of Nintendo games.
Take that.
And every single time a new WarioWare game is made, we gotta lose one on purpose, by the way, because otherwise we have to watch the GameCube animation. And everyone who's owned a GameCube know that that thing is long.
I'm ready.
Defeat.
Indeed.
So that is one of the few courses where we can actually not get first frame rule if we win. But not because it takes a long time to win, but because the win animation is long. There are a couple of levels like that.
So cool. Spin it.
Beautiful. That was perfect. That one is not free.
Let's go. Get the coin. Yeah. Ooh, sweet. Guide.
Piece of cake. I'm ready.
Don't get caught.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Why not?
Create shape.
Beautiful.
Easy peasy.
So now the final three.
Speed run.
This is another force long. We have been pretty unlucky on this level.
Alive. Hardest.
Here comes the boss course. This is another pretty rough boss course because we have to beat this course with a character who can't jump. Of course, it failed. That trick is one of the hard ones in the run as well. We basically have to shoot the boomerang up while we are falling, so we are hitting it exactly when we have fallen down, because then we can actually get the double hit in very, very quickly where we need it to get in hits. And that saves like 10 seconds if we get it. But it's very, very hard to get. It's something, in a full run, like, when I practice this game a lot, when I run it a lot, I can get it down like being doing it well like 75% of the time. I can get it to like a 75% time when I'm like actively running for records and like runs like several runs per day. But if I don't for just even a week, it's like gonna drop down to a 33% chance because it's like extremely timing heavy. So now we're gonna come to the first remix.
Okay.
La 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 la.
There we go.
Mike.
Yeah, this is gonna be the first remix, first of several.
Yeah.
Normally in the any percent there are like only 2 remixes, but I'm like saying that there are like 6 remixes in the Untitled Characters. Most of the stuff that is actually new to this category is not in the any percent, are different kind of remixes. Beautiful.
Defeat.
So this mix is gonna have all of the courses from the first overworld. There are gonna be 3 overworlds.
High five. On it.
Assemble.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Off balance. Go time.
Beautiful.
Close.
Yay. Approval.
Who won?
Beautiful.
Nice. I knew it. It's me.
Steer
So
clear.
this these plays are, by their very nature, extremely high variance in terms of RNG. Because you can get a lot of the forced long minigames, and you can get like 0 of them. So Mike, by the way, is one of the better characters in the game. He can only shoot up, but that's like really good. He's better than Warrior that's dashing, because when Warrior dashes, he's basically putting himself in harm's way. Characters who can shoot and fly are like the best characters. And the more directions you can shoot, that's the better they are, generally speaking. He's beautiful. Good job.
Good. Logical.
Clear a path.
Simple.
Beautiful.
Piece of cake.
Knocked down. Beautiful.
Knock down.
So here comes the boss course, and this time, once again, we're gonna play at Mario course. This course is way harder than the last one, but this time we actually get to have a good character. In this case, a character who can fly even. So, as you can see, like, this is a very different kind of deal than earlier. See how easy it went. That course was harder, but it's still way easier because we have a character who can fly. That's this like the difference between a good and bad character in this game, I should like, by the way. The difference between the good and bad characters are that huge. Like, it's so important to have good characters on the boss courses. In this category though, we are having to play as the character whose course it is on the boss course. I haven't mentioned it, but I think it has been clear. In other New Game Plus categories, that's actually not the case, and therefore, combined with the fact that we don't have that many cutscenes in any percent, or in those categories, not any percent also category, but in other categories where we play from New Game Plus. In addition to that, we don't have to watch the cutscenes or these intros to the courses, which saves like 20 minutes. Like, a lot of this run is just straight up cutscenes.
Listen up.
So Cat and Anna are another gimmick character. They have to jump. So here comes my in one way I love this cutscene, in another I don't. But what I really find interesting about this cutscene is that it's gonna leave us a little bit at a cliffhanger, which does imply that at some point in this game's development, it was meant that the cutscenes will work like they do in the older WarioWare games, where at the start of the course you get one, and at the end of the course you get one. It does imply that. It doesn't imply it was meant to be a cutscene at the end when they have defeated him. And it's one of the cutscenes that does this.
Shoot.
But they probably changed it in the middle of the game's development to make it so that the cutscenes would be like... The actual cutscenes would be like the actual story of the game.
Flip.
And these were like going to serve more as character profiles. Like, I don't know what else to say. Like a way to get to know the character a little bit more. This one is not fun. There we go. First frame rule on that one. We have had the 2 worst minigames you can have there to get first frame rule on, but we still got it.
Scare snakes.
That was very precise.
Leave it to me.
On most courses, so it won't matter how quickly we beat them, by the way. Every course with a short fuse, we can do anything and it doesn't matter on.
Drink up.
But the course with long fuses, they matter.
Break.
And the boss fights, obviously. Zebra.
Look closely.
This is a forced long, sadly.
Dodge.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Cross.
Beautiful.
Simple. Crack.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Lead.
So here comes the boss course. And this boss course is gonna be a memory game, and I'm really bad at that, so I'm gonna have to sing a little bit to try to remember where stuff are. I'm sorry for that in advance, especially now when I'm tired. We see 5 lions, 5 lions, 5 lions, 1 sleeping zebra, 5 lions, 1 sleeping zebra, 1 eating giraffe. 5 lions, 1 sleeping zebra, 1 eating giraffe. 5 lions, 1 sleeping zebra, 1 eating giraffe.
Question 1.
There were 5 lions, 1 sleeping zebra, and 1 eating giraffe.
Question 2. Question 3.
There was a crocodile there. So now we're out of here. This is my least favorite minigame because it's like an auto scroller. It takes ages, and failing this one loses like so much time.
Got it. Mission.
I'm happy we didn't do that. But yeah, it feels like we should have had a cutscene there at the end there with when they caught the person. But they instead games should do like have this backgrounds that like have this story happening when we were trying to defeat all the game bugs. It's like it was a pretty late decision in the game development cycle to do that. So now we gotta go to UMT's course, which can be sports themed.
Hello?
There we go.
Good grief.
So Unity is... I'm not sure what to call Unity. I would consider Unity a flying character in the same way as Wario is, but yeah. He's pushing the edge of becoming a gimmick character. So basically he flies out, but he does it by pressing the button in one direction, then he flies, and that's also his attack. So while he's technically flying, I would say like
Let's dance.
I want to put him in like the same camp as Mona. She actually can't fly, but are still a little gimmicky in how they fly. He's still pretty good though, but he's not as good as a pure flying character, or as good as Mona. I think I consider him a little bit worse than Mona actually as a character, as like a playable character. So here comes my favorite trainer. There he is. That seems like a workout routine I could complete.
Stop.
It seems a little bit too intense for me, though, this one. Beautiful.
Simple.
Goal.
Beautiful.
Land.
Beautiful. Fourth one, can we please not get that? Beautiful. There is a force loan we can get on this one. I should mention this as well, as I haven't mentioned it before. The microgames in this game are on each level they are packed into 3 packs.
Block.
They're like 3 packs of microgames. One is happening on the first speed up, one is happening on the second speed up, and one is happening on the third speed up. I should mention that because it's very relevant in how I keep track of RNG, and this is not nice. The reason you can't move with stat characters is basically we have to wait for a second frame on that one.
Bullseye. Hit.
Beautiful.
To the green.
Instead we get that one for free.
Clear. Holding what?
So yeah, sometimes I just know which microgames are gonna be. That's because I
Train.
keep track of which package they are in, and there are some microgames that can't happen actually on New Game, but they can happen on New Game Plus. I'm not sure why that's the case, probably because they are a little bit more difficult. They didn't want to have them on the first playthrough. The aircraft is the hardest course in the game. This is the hardest boss fight.
Climb.
Beautiful. We got it. We got it. That was relatively quick. It was not super quick, but it was relatively quick. We're basically doing a little strat there to save a little bit of time by going on the edge instead of going in the middle. By doing that, we can skip through most of the course. But if we skip too much or are not fast enough, we're actually gonna fall to our death. That's what makes it so difficult to do that course. It's like a really difficult boss course because of that. I'm not sure of all of the physics quirks for that one. I have like read up a little bit on it, but like it's pretty complex how when you can win and when you are losing. So now comes to my favorite character, who is, funny enough, also the best character in the game, and that's Ashley. Ashley's a character I've always liked in this game.
Ashley.
And she's the best character in this game, so that's great. So the reason why she's the best character in the game, well, I don't think I need to explain that, considering what I said before about flying characters. She is a flying character who can shoot in any direction. The only little caveat with her is that she shoots in the direction she's pointing at, which is kinda relevant sometimes. Sometimes it does come up in certain boss fights, but it's like such a non-issue 99% of the time that she's just like better than most characters. I dare say that she's like strictly better than like almost any character in this game. There are a couple of characters who can be better than others sort of quarters, but for most of it she's like the strictly best character in the game because she can fly and shoot in that direction.
Dinner time. Okay. Entree Inventado. Abracadabra hamburger. Snackle Attaco.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Adjust. If I must. Finish. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Leave the candy.
Beautiful. First frame rule.
Too easy. I'm ready.
We can actually get a safe first frame rule there by doing something. By destroying the candy, but I don't want to do that.
Getting faster.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Check it. It's me.
Adjust.
Beautiful, beautiful.
I win.
Knock them down. Beautiful.
Knock them down.
Nice.
Fine.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Peel.
Why not?
Erase T.
Beautiful.
Piece of cake. On it.
Come on. There we go.
Complete. Perfect. Fired up. Turn it up.
Beautiful, beautiful. Can we be lucky here and not get the 1 mark game here? That's... No, we didn't. This one is a 4-second frame rule. Because we have to wait until we can actually hit the thing. That is the only thing on this course though where we should lose any frame rules.
Check it. I'm ready.
Protect.
So here comes the boss fight, and this is probably my favorite boss fight in the game. Because there's a lot of strategy going on here. The goal here is to fill the use.
Juice. Don't spill.
So the goal here is basically to fill up, to keep all of the cups full at all times, so you can just go down and fill them when they arrive. It's a lot harder than I made it look like, and it's a good thing you get to play as Ashley here, because Ashley is really good at that stuff naturally. But this is like one of the things that are like hard than it looks like to do well at. Next boss course though is not that difficult, but it's super long.
Time to do these.
But we'll talk a little bit more about that when we arrive there.
Huh?
Yeah, we have Orbital.
Oops.
So Orbital is like another really good character. It's a little bit... It's like... Beam is like... I don't know how to put it, but like... It generally actually makes him better than a character who just shoot down or shoot up. But sometimes the beam can be a problem. It's a little bit hard to explain better, but yeah. The beam is sucking stuff up, which oftentimes is good, but sometimes it can be a problem. Therefore, I do rate him lower than, like, Mike. In part, though, because it's better to shoot up than shooting down. But I would rate him higher than a character who can only shoot down. But there are some cases where he will be worse. This is gonna be culture themed, and if I didn't know that, I would think it would be holiday themed. You'll see why.
Jump through.
All right.
Match.
Beautiful.
Good. Take that.
Make it flow.
Beautiful, beautiful. That was on the starting first frame move.
Prune.
Like, you're having a really good start here.
Extinguish.
This is one of the weird courses where we actually... It might look like we can just lose quickly there and get a first frame by losing. We actually can't. If we get a first frame by losing... If we try to go for first frame by losing there, we get a 4-second frame rule, because the game doesn't check for if you lose before the second frame rule, that course. Don't ask me why that is the case. It just is the case. You have to win that course to try to get the first frame move, because the first frame requires like... You have to play like... You have to be like 18 volt, I think, to get the first frame move on that one.
Push it out.
There we go. Lovely. I've actually been pretty lucky so far.
Watch.
This one is a forced third frame move. Lucky's turning.
Get moving.
Doesn't matter how quickly we win and lose that one. It's
Excavate one.
pretty much a fourth third frame move unless we start characters, even that it's really hard. But here we come to probably the longest boss fight in the game, except for one boss fight that I'm not counting as a boss fight in that regard. And that is this one. This course is... I'm not a huge fan of this. Basically, we're gonna raise and lower the bridge to let cars and boats pass by. This game is relatively easy even on the highest difficulty level. It's just really annoying. It's just really annoying. Because it takes ages to complete this because we have to wait for everything to happen. This is like the longest section of like doing nothing really in this run. Just gonna chill out here and lower and fix the bridges. We go. We got a fast pattern there. And we did it. This is one of the easier minigames, but it's like pretty easy to fail it because you are like getting so tired. Like when you I have like been almost falling asleep sometimes when I do this one because like so long and there's like nothing happening. So I have like had problems because of that reason. There we go. Orbital joined the crew. And now it's time for Remix 2. And now we're gonna unlock one of my favorite characters from a personality perspective. This is like probably my third favorite character, but it's high, or fourth favorite, I think. I have a lot of favorite characters in this game, because there are like a lot of cool characters in this game.
5-volt.
So now we're gonna play as 5-volt, and 5-volt's pretty good. He can teleport around and do a lot of cool stuff. Early on, this game's like... Early on, when this game was like new, it was speculated she would like be the most broke character in this game, but time has told that that is really not the case. Yeah, there are so many cores where she's just broken at, where she's like heating the entire thing. But instead there are levels where she is really difficult to win with, and in this game it's like more important, generally speaking, to be good at all courses than being superb at some. Because this game, like, your win rate is important, so if you have like a course where like barrel are gonna have a really hard time to win, that is obviously gonna affect your rating very negatively. First frame move, that looks good. That is a really hard course to get early frame moves on.
Bullseye.
Beautiful. Next course.
Erase T.
Indeed. Simple. Why not?
Stop.
Yes. Oh yeah.
I don't dare to take 3 losses here, by the way, because there are so many courses where we want to lose on purpose, so I don't want to be in a situation where I can't lose stuff on purpose. I want to lose on purpose. So I try to go for unsafe first frame move clears.
Prepare for speed.
Beautiful.
Move.
So here we go.
Impressive.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Excavate 1. Clear.
The boss course here, by the way, is gonna be a favorite in... It's gonna be the return of a favorite.
Active. Dodge.
I'm ready.
Launch.
Beautiful.
Fine.
I knew it.
Feed.
Beautiful. So here's the boss course. We are gonna make some more use, actually. But this time, it's gonna be a little different than before.
Juice. Don't spill.
That was a really good one. Oh my goddess. Oh my goddess. I'm so upset we are actually not on good pace right now. Because if we were on good pace right now and had a use course like that, it would have been amazing. I think that was a perfect second use course. I think it was perfect. I don't think I've done that one better ever in my life. So the trick on this one is, the trick is a little different actually than on the first one. The trick there is to make sure you have as little grapes as possible in the third one, because you're never gonna want to use that one. You basically only want to use the 2 first ones normally. There is one way you can use the third one, like that's the first to the left. And that is by going for a very difficult trick, which I'm not going for. It saves like 0.5 seconds to do that trick, and it's like not worth it, because if you fail it, you lose like 20 seconds. At least 10 seconds, but you lose a lot. So on this course, it's gonna matter which character we pick, so we gotta pick these 5. Because this is, on this boss course, this is anything goes. That means pretty much what it says, like anything goes here. This is gonna be pretty themeless, but it's gonna be hard micro games, really difficult micro games. And of course, can fight back in all fun, all interesting. But yeah, you see how glitchy the game is. It's gonna be pretty fun. But on the boss course, they can actually pick from any of the characters we have picked for the boss course. So yeah, we have to pick characters who are good at this boss course, because this boss course can otherwise take a really long time. And this is also the final stage of any percent. So after this, we're going into the unlock all character territory of the run. Beautiful. 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 So I said the course can fight back. You can actually die in the course here, outside of the micro games.
Knockdown. Match.
Okay, that's good. First frame rule. No, second frame rule. Okay. I've always think it's first frame rule there, but yeah, the winning animation for that one is super long.
Win.
Beautiful. We won.
Collect.
There are a couple of courses that have super long winning animations.
I did it.
This is another one of those, so we want to get this one quickly. There we go, we got first frame rule.
Untie.
Beautiful.
Defeat.
There we go.
Pop.
The course can try to fight back one more time. And that time it's a 50-50 if it does another dodge or if it does another
Go,
defeat.
Mario.
We want the defeat one because defeat one is slightly faster than destroy.
Evade.
And this one we obviously want to use on purpose because otherwise you can have dodge that one for the full timer.
Keep up.
Next course. Oop, beautiful.
Foil.
There we go, lovely. There we go, get another defeat. Having some pretty good luck here, honestly.
Unstick.
We are pretty lucky here on this course.
Straighten up.
Beautiful.
Match.
Beautiful, here comes the final course. And sadly we have Cat here. Cat is one of the worst characters we have actually here. She's like the 5th character here, maybe. She's sadly the worst character of the ones we have for this course. She's actually pretty okay still, which is not great. But we still did it pretty quickly, I would say. So now we're at the source of all of the bad video games in the world.
Dodge. Capture.
And there we go. That was that level. Any percent would stop soon, but this is unlock all charts. We gotta go on for another 20-ish minutes.
I did it.
But we're done with the main story of the game now. As soon as we touch the nose. Oh. So there's another 20 minutes to this run though, despite us getting to this point.
Okay. Oh yeah.
way.
Hey!
There we go.
Yo! Yo!
And here comes the Supreme Developer.
What?
There we go. Beautiful.
Okay.
So there we go. We're out of this part.
Jack.
But yeah. Where did all those bugs come from? Yeah, that's a good question.
Well.
To the surprise of absolutely no one in the world.
Eh?
To the surprise of no one in the world. Everyone is upset now.
Oh.
Get back here!
I'm the boss. Unbelievable.
Bad Wario!
Look.
Yeah, some people are missing.
Yes. Meh. Okay, okay.
So yeah, there we go, out of that, and now we're gonna enter the next part. Which is gonna be the oops. Oh, so there's a couple of menuing steps there. So we're gonna go through 4 different remix courses now. These are bossless though. The next 4 courses have no boss fights, but they are pretty nasty still.
Time to do this. Ho, ho, ho. Ho, ho, ho. All right.
There we go.
Red. Ashley!
And there's red. Ashley's, it's demon. Beautiful.
Okay!
All right. On it.
Ready! I'm not scared.
You gotta pick the shares like we do again. I should mention this now. I haven't mentioned it before. But the reason why I pick the shares we pick is not because they are the best shares in the game. It's because it's the shares that have the shortest time to pick in the menu, and that is far more important than being fast in the courses. Because it's very, very rare it's gonna be a problem for us to be able to hit the first frame rule with shares we pick.
Beep beep.
Because they're usually bad first when we get to super fast courses, and then everything is like weird.
Cool. All set. Knock down.
Beautiful.
I got moves. Get him.
I got it. Why not?
Sort.
I'm ready.
Goal.
Nice. Great.
Ready.
Beautiful.
Strike. Impressed. So ready. Scare snakes.
Beautiful.
You see that?
It's me.
Dodge.
Beautiful.
I win.
Shell. Dodge.
No. We missed that one. So you got the second frame instead of the first frame rule.
Unplug.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Find a signal.
Too easy.
Get moving.
Good.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Naturally.
Beep beep.
One thing should be mentioned here on these ones is that we have to beat the final one.
With style. Why not?
The next back game we have to win no matter what it is, even if it's with normal losers time to win it.
Piece of cake. On it.
Empty.
There we go. We got it.
Indeed. I learned much.
That was the first remix done of the 4 that's gonna be upcoming. It's also the second easiest one. The easiest one is actually the final one.
Wait. What? Huh? All right. Okay.
So here we go.
All right. Let's go. Master. Whoa there.
I really like the sticker there in the background. If you saw that one, it looked a little bit like the troll face. There we go. This character works like Young Cricket, only that he can walk on roofs.
Okay.
Oh, brother.
There is an ability that's both useful and non-useful.
I accept. Let's begin.
Launch.
So on this one, everything is gonna go super duper fast.
Impressive.
Ready. Empty.
This is a really, really short course. Short and sweet.
Stay alive.
Oh, a challenge.
Beautiful.
Swiftly done. Fired up.
Beautiful.
Find the light. Beep.
Beautiful.
Unplug. Walk in the park.
Beautiful.
Dodge.
Beautiful.
Train.
Yes. A triumph.
Launch.
Beautiful.
Find it.
Piece of cake.
And beautiful. There we go. We got it. We got it. That was perfect. We had really good luck as well with the micro games there. There was only one that was like not super good.
Let's go.
So now it's time for the hardest of the 4 remixes. This one is called Thrill Ride. And this one's gonna be really annoying. We're also gonna get a character. We're gonna get Lulu actually. If anyone remembers her.
Oh. Lulu.
Here we go. Boop and boop and boop. She had basically ground pound. She attacks by ground pounding.
Good. Hey. Okay.
So this one is gonna have everything on the highest difficulty level, not highest speed. But there is another little caveat here. We only have 1 life. This can go really badly if we're unlucky. It can go really, really poorly if we're unlucky.
Piece of cake.
Game time. Jump through all.
Like that. Gonna have to restart now.
What a letdown.
Yes. Then I have to redo this course. Okay, this is slightly better here actually.
Jump through all.
I was not sure how we were gonna do this, so I was like,
Check it.
Steer clear.
There we go, beautiful.
Wow. Shell. Evade.
There we go. Final course.
Impressed. Match.
Beautiful, beautiful. And there we go. We took one death there, but that happens.
My raps are the best.
There it is, the final part of treasure.
Watch this. Hey.
And that's right, we're gonna have to call Penny now. Penny will have to join the game to help us solve the mystery. And then we gotta fight the true final boss of the game,
Time to do this.
which is the longest boss fight in the game by far, but I don't count the boss fight in that way because it's gonna be... You'll see when we get to it. You'll see when we get to it why I don't count this as one boss fight. So this is another fan favorite part of this game because we will hear the famous Penny song. This song is pretty much the Ashley's theme for this game. It's like the song that sticks with people.
Sure.
So Penny is another gimmick character. She's pretty good if you know how to use her though, but she's very difficult to learn to use properly.
Here goes. Penny!
And move there, and move there, and move up there, and whoop. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Uh-huh. For science! Alright! Got her hair tied up and braids. Blend. Has a skirt tucked on her face. She is a small girl taking on a big world with inventions she made. And though her plans may go awry, flip.
I gotta keep the commentary low on this part so you get to hear this lovely song.
Make it flow.
Let's try to beat every course by heating. Because Penny has a couple of heats.
Positive results. She fills her days
Hit
with
it.
pop songs and experiments, poring over sheets, just like that. And blueprints. Penny likes to
Stop.
be the best. Yes. Scientist in the whole just like that. Drive on every
Hypnotize.
ingenuity. Penny's a bundle of joyous positivity. Hear comes the synchronicity.
Shoot.
Just like that.
Get the coin.
That's it.
Attract.
Positive results. Words off is where she goes to.
On.
Tap contractions over here. Here you can try it. She makes simply. Whenever something falls apart.
Finish.
Uh-huh. She fixes this and gives rain from the heart. And every thought that falls around.
Drink up.
She will sing louder now. It's closing on. All our mistakes from yesterday. Just like that. The faster the better. She got her hair tied up and braids.
Watch out.
Prints on her face. She's a small girl with an ambition she made. And all her plans may go awry.
Protect.
Gotta be a shining star. She's
So that was Penny's chorus. I kept quiet as you got to hear the lovely song. This song is basically the active theme of this game, as I said earlier. Like, this is the song that has sticked with people quite a bit. It's quite a catchy song as well, so I really want you all to get to hear it. And there we go. The golden watering can. Gonna water the toilet. Don't ask why. And there we go, a giant beanstalk. You all know what we have to do now, right? We have to climb it, of course.
Okay.
That means that we're gonna climb it, and at the top of it, we're gonna find a giant, obviously. Everyone knows that. There it is. There it is, here's the final boss. This boss has a lot of boss stages to it, that's why I don't consider it a boss the same way I consider the other bosses. And why I don't count it towards the longest boss, because it would be unfair. So this is also one of the parts of the run where there are actually no frame rules, so every single second matters here. Well, there are some frame rules, but they are checked far more frequently. I need to focus on the final part of this boss fight, because the final part is a little bit rough and has a couple of things to keep in mind of. Beautiful. So each character has their own section of this boss fight. It's kind of reminding me a little bit of the final boss from Donkey Kong 64. Only instead of like 5 characters, there are like 18 characters, 17 characters I think. 17 or 18 characters, who each has their own individual fight. This fight is like so much remind me of Donkey Kong 64. You know, that final boss fight in that game where every single Kong is coming together to beat the final boss. This is reminding me of that. Beautiful. This is a rough part, but we got it. Beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah, it's 70 parts, and there's the final part with Wario. The run is not over with this boss though, there is a little bit more after that part. Beautiful, the boss is done. We had a good pattern on the boss fight. That boss fight can have some nasty patterns, but the run is not over yet. And there is the true nature of the boss. It's Pyro. Who was doing a plugin for their own game. That was such a greedy play. That was such a greedy play, but yeah. Here's the final part of the run. We're gonna do the tutorial for Pyro to unlock them. And then we're done. And it's time. There we go, time. That was the run. That was the entire run, and here are the credits. Thank you all so much for having me. It was lovely to run this run for this marathon. But yeah, it's time. It's over. The run is fine. It's over. I don't want to say finally because it's a really fun run, and it's actually just long enough. Like, it's actually not that long. The last 20 minutes just feels long because you are like doing those remixes for most of it. So yeah, that was the run. That was the entire run. Yeah, thank you so much for having me.